morning, everybody. We're back at it again. I took a little break from doing these videos and fishing in general, especially tournament fishing. Wasn't real happy with the way that my fishing life was going. Not being able to compete really. You know, you got a family, you got jobs, you can't spend as much time as you need to at the lake. Not happy with how sponsorships maybe were going for me at the time. You know, just life in general sometimes puts you in a headspace where it probably just doesn't help. So, you know, had some things going on, so it took a little hiatus, but we're back at it now. Things are great. We've moved to Texas. You know, it's basically the bass fishing capital of the world. I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't start making these videos again. So I got water everywhere. You know, within an hour of me, I can fish, I don't know, 20 or 30 different places, whether it's ponds or lakes. So I'm gonna start getting back at it, putting out stuff. It'd be a little different this time, a little less focus on sponsors at this point. I still have some sponsors that I like, but you know, I feel like this needs to be more about what I can teach you and letting you come along for the experience, you know. And then if I feel like there's sponsors involved that I want to promote and I really believe in, then we'll do that too. But you know, for now, we're just gonna keep it simple. So today we're in Buda. We're at a little pond called Inkberry Pond. It's in the Sunfield community. It is for residents only. Fortunate enough to live here, but it's only 5 minutes from the house and I can get a quick video in. Looking at conditions, you know, it's fall time right now. We just had our first real major cold front come through where we're like into the 50s from the 70s. Water is slick calm, clouds. I mean, everything today is screaming top water. So we're gonna see if we can get a few buzzbait bites or some spook bites. So there it is. We're gonna get after it. Hopefully we get some good catches. See you guys in a minute. All right. First thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna throw a little buzzbait. Fall time, really, that's when buzzbaits, in my opinion, they really shine. So that's what we're gonna go with first. Again, it just seems like such a top water day with the clouds, completely still water time of year. Hopefully, you know, this is a new pond for us. Came here yesterday and caught a bunch of little ones, but it was late in the day. So hopefully we can get them to draw up, or we can draw up some big ones on a buzzbait to walker. Little guy. Oh, little guy again. Son of a. Yeah, definitely little fish in this pond. Need one big enough to actually chomp it. Alright guys, again, looking ahead, like from the last video, we have a whole bunch of barren bank and then we run into this. You know, fishing in general for bass, whether you're fishing offshore or anything, this is the kind of stuff you want to find, where there's a whole bunch of nothing and then there's one key piece of cover. I bet you we're gonna catch fish off of this, or at least get bites. So. Alright guys, looks like the buzzbait might be a little too big for these fish. I've had 4 or 5 blow ups, and even that last one, I was underwater for probably 2 seconds and he still just didn't have the hook. So one thing I do want to talk about on buzzbaits though is a lot of times they roll over on their sides like this when you're bringing them in, and they just don't quite run right. So you got to know how to tune them. So what I like to do is I like to look straight down the hook at this end, and I make sure that hook point is pointing directly at my line tie first off, because that bottom wire can go either direction and that'll affect the way the buzzbait runs. So you want that to be perfectly straight and in line with the hook. The next thing is that arm that comes up, it can be this way or that way, and that is not good for your buzzbait either, unless you want it to move a certain way, which, you know, you can always tune them to do certain things. But if you want it to come back to you straight, that's part of it as well. And then last but not least, this top wire can go this way or this way, and that's what you really tweak to make that buzzbait come straight back at you. This one, it's actually the new Bass Pro buzzbait. They just came out, redid all their hard baits and stuff. This is the buzzbait, and I really like it. It comes back to me pretty straight, and as long as everything is all lined up in a straight line. Like I said, I haven't got a fish yet, but told y'all it's buzzbait season. I just think I'm not around the caliber of fish that can put a full-size buzzbait in their mouth. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit here. I think I might try a smaller popper, which is actually gonna be the new Bass Pro popper, but it's the popper senior, so it's still a little bit bigger. But maybe it'll help us catch a few of these littler fish. Looking at this end of the lake, we've made our way all the way down. This is a good spot as well, where it kind of comes to an end and it makes almost a little cove. They can push fish in here and kind of corral them in, and while they may not be up there busting now, they could be just off the shore. So we're gonna fish this area pretty hard. All right guys, sometimes you gotta call an audible. Everything looked like a topwater morning, time of year, the whole 9 yards, but it's just not happening. So we were here yesterday, we caught a couple small ones, and this is what we were using. Just a little 3-inch sticko from Bass Pro with a 16th ounce weight. You know, we're just trying to get some bites, see what kind of fish even live in this pond since it's so new to us. So here we go. Sometimes you just gotta let the fish tell you. They're not gonna chase your bait, they're not in that kind of mood. You can't just sit there and throw that bait all day. There you go. That explains a lot, folks. About a 6-incher. We'll move down the bank. Buddy, we finally caught a fish. Wow. Well, he got it all right. It's way down there. Being this pond's trying to recover, I'm just going to cut that hook off and let it trying to grow enough to recover. Just going to cut that hook off, let it go. Oh, there's a little better fish. Oh, look at that. Got one with a little size at least. Check that out. Alright, there we go. Sounds a little better. Maybe a pound. So that's a good sign. I was just fishing that one along. We got a row of bushes, down trees. I like what they've done with the pond. It might be beavers, the way it looks. They've downed all these trees and they just kind of laid over. And this lake fills up, and in a couple of years, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good. But I was just fishing it through the limbs out of one of those trees, just working it through nice and gently. Got the doink. Alright guys, I think that's about to do it. I need some information on this pond. If any of you guys out there know anything about this spot, I think it's new. Maybe it's not that new. Somebody let me know. All we've been able to see are some pretty dinky fish. If that's the case, you know, maybe in the next 3 or 4 years this pond gets really well. If the pond's already old, maybe they quit managing it. It needs some help, I don't know. But thanks for watching. It's a good time to get out on the water nonetheless. Really missed it. I'm enjoying being in Texas where I've got so many options real close. So hang out with me. Plenty more videos to come. What did you know? We turn the camera off, we call it quits, make a few more casts. My next cast, matter of fact. Still a dink though.